So what is Interplanetary Project about? In a nutshell, it's understanding living planets and their long-term prospects, including their collapse. So it's not just planets out there, it's our own, and that's very important. It's the only one that we know of that's living.
My thought was that through interstellar travel, we'd be able to discover environments that were like the Earth.
I personally doubt that terraforming other planets works or makes sense unless people go there with a sense of mission.
I tend to agree with Neil that without something like that that's ennobling and deeply motivating, it will be very difficult to restrain the worst angels of our nature.
That's one of those beautiful lenses, right? That by focusing on terraforming another planet, you have to think very carefully about the extraordinary failures of terraforming our own planet.
There might be two reasons for that movement. One is pure discovery and madness, and the other one is just desperation and need.
If we were going to have a project, the Interplanetary Project, right, what should we design that recognizes those limitations and that are not being addressed by what we have currently?
How does that, what you just articulated, relate to whatever the concept is of interplanetary?
Everything about New Mexico is why this particular topic is so resonant to do here.
What are we trying to accomplish, and why do we think it's important?
So I think we look at, starting this in Santa Fe, but then as we build and plan and think about what this could mean, we could create dystopian societies throughout New Mexico.
Yeah, you can rule over them.
Well.
The reason I originally came to New Mexico, because northern New Mexico was a hotbed of communes and so on.
What are we trying to accomplish, and why do we think it's important?
I wouldn't mind transcending my humanity and merging my mind with a greater organism.
Don't feel the need at any point to map this onto any kind of project that you're familiar with.
So if we were to look forward, I wonder what the group would think of the culmination of the various things that are happening in the world today from a technology point of view. So robots, general artificial intelligence, what's happening in data sets and computing, etc., moving towards another evolution of the human species, no longer being organic.
It's very obvious that we're starting to tinker with our genome, and where that's going to lead us is a major, major question.
We should actually just see ourselves as agents in a grand evolutionary history.
Wouldn't it be wonderful to instill the terror that an astronaut might feel as they're escaping even the view of Earth? I mean, going to Mars and it just is receding seems to me to be just horrifying.
The idea of going out is to look in.
I think it's also a place where you can convince scientists that there are relatively understudied and interesting problems.
The target there will be starting with the whole planet, actually, and projecting down locally.
What are things we could do that would really make people uncomfortable, get people angry, or get people to come to Santa Fe to protest what they thought this was about?
Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with anything that this room does.
Because the marquee said interplanetary.
I know. Finally, it is a participatory project, meaning that it produces things. So it's not like Burning Man or Comic-Con where you go to enjoy yourself exclusively. Out of it come films, out of it come books, out of it come movements.
That seems like dynamic territory,